streaming now. Oh. Wakey, wakey. Rusty. Hello, hello. Hello, Rusty. Hello, hello. You talk, Kimmy?
I'm talking.
All right, talk, Kimmy. Okay.
I'm talking.
Okay. Nothing like a loop-de-loop.
Loopy.
All right. So we're back. Let me turn off some rooster intro. And let's get going on this beast. Boom. Ah! Uh-oh.
Did you do it again?
Well, I want you to be in the thing. You can scoot over a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Then I gotta move this over, and then it's more in frame.
That's okay.
Okay.
It says frameworks right on it. So it means it's in frame. All right, here we go.
I just want to be heard.
Well, the microphones now are a lot better than what we've had in the past.
Yes, this is true.
Slight upgrade.
Yes.
So anyway, hello everybody. So a lot of things have changed, if you haven't noticed. We haven't been around for a little bit. So we decided that we'd have a little podcast. We didn't really advertise it because it's Father's Day.
Yep. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day. Happy. I was gonna say, get me.
Sam went fishing today and didn't catch a fucking thing in Sam's Club because we neglected to put the fish in the cart that we fucked with on the fucking short. So.
Well, it's kind of funny you talk. It was like we were sitting there, and I said, "You know what'd be really funny is if we did this little short about the stupid fish."
Right.
And when I did that,
yeah.
Then I realized. Then after I did that, I put the fish back in the back in the fridge
to pick the one you wanted.
To pick the one I wanted, but.
Never proceeded to pick the one you wanted.
I never proceeded to pick the one I wanted. And then we got home. The bad part was I didn't even realize that I didn't take the fish.
Until we got home and put it away.
I went to put everything away, and I'm like, Kimmy, there's a problem. There's no fish. And she goes, yeah, you didn't take it. I'm like, oh, well, thank you for telling me now. You know, what the frick? Oh. But anyway.
Sorry.
So things have changed a lot.
You basically drive by 2 Sam's Clubs on your way to and from work. So.
We have so much food right now.
You're absolutely right.
I learned a lesson today. You know, they always say don't go there hungry, so I ate before we left.
Yeah.
But if you looked at our grocery cart, you would have swore up and down.
You went in with two starving people.
We went in there and we hadn't eaten for like 48 hours or something. It's like,
truly.
Oh, that looks good.
Right.
We were throwing shit in the cart like a bunch of friggin'
like
guys.
We're stocking up, man.
Like we just got done hanging out with Snoop Dogg in a friggin' pile of and smoked like 3 joints or something.
Hey, whatever.
It's like, holy shit. It's like, hey, this looks good. Hey, how about a little bit of this? Oh, that's a great idea.
Let's make this. Okay.
Yeah, Kim's the instigator. She's,
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do that. It's like there's no voice or reason when it comes to the food on the side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so things have changed a lot. Let's see. I've been doing, if you guys, for the ones that are new to the channel or have seen seen the shorts as of late, because the shorts that we have, I think I'm confusing everybody because we used to do a podcast twice a week.
I mean, you're not NBC or Fox or ABC or any of the big networks, so you can kind of do what you want.
And then my channel changed.
Yeah.
We did a programming change. We went from Comedy Central to the exercise channel. The biggest thing is if you haven't noticed, I am well, you probably can't tell from here because of the light, but in the chair, and I'm wearing a black shirt in a black chair, so I look as wide as the chair, but what you don't see is that there's like
less of him.
Very less. I could barely fit in this chair when we started the podcasting. Yeah. Now this chair is like this is definitely a fat person's chair. And I realized I don't have any ass left, so it's like it feels weird too, because there's no that big cushion that was behind my backside is no longer existent. So
that's what happens when you walk how many miles a day?
I walk 5 miles a day in the morning.
Yeah. Then
1.5 miles at night with Kimmy.
Yep.
So that kind of puts everything in perspective of not including what I do during the day. So it's going to be between 7 and 10 miles throughout the day.
Roughly, yeah.
And my body in the past was doing roughly like a half a mile. and if I made it up the stairs to work. So you've increased
your activity, and then we've also changed our eating habits, which helped a lot.
Yeah. So, that's kind of, it was an encouragement from things that have happened.
Yeah.
And we'll have to discuss that, as well. I lost like 120 pounds. Actually, it's more than that now. When we started our channel, I was 360. When, 9 months ago, I was still 340. So I lost like 20 pounds in a year, in 8 months or whatever. And then as of yesterday, I'm 219, which brings me down 121 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I lost a person.
Yeah.
Small child.
Or a large, depending upon.
Yeah. I evicted one of my children.
One of the Russian dolls, you mean?
The Russian doll. Yeah, the Russian doll inside a doll inside of a doll inside a doll.
So the great big one is gone.
The great big one's gone. And I think the next 2 levels are gone as well. Now you got the cheap $5 doll that just has 3 pieces.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
But I feel better. And the thing is I always was goofy on the channel.
Yeah.
And it's because my me is better than anybody because you've been around me forever.
Mm-hmm.
And my mentality is to make people laugh and be goofy.
Yeah.
But again, because Kim knows me the best, she understands this, that I am also very knowledgeable in things. I'm an IT manager, and I think I do quite a good job at doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in IT
I think
for
they
30
think so
years.
too.
Yeah, and I have a lot of and I get a lot of respect from the people that we work with and the people that that work with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so with that being said, you know, and not to brag my own thing, but you know, while we were gone, you know, I was during the Christmas time, I was even brought up, and you know, with the rest of the people, you know, that tell how good of a job I've been doing.
Yeah.
And not once, not twice, but like 3 different times
Mm-hmm.
in front of groups of people by the owner of the company, which
it's pretty cool.
is a lot of people.
I was definitely proud when that happened at the store I was at.
Yeah. So, and we both work at the same company now.
Yes.
That changed too.
Yeah, definitely a positive change.
Yeah,
oh my God.
That kind of set our podcasting down, and that's why we kind of slowed down on the podcasting, because Kimmy's got a pretty, you know, she has grown into a pretty substantial job working for the same company I do, and she has a lot of responsibility. And by the time she gets home, I think that responsibility has totally burnt her out of any energy that she could have to help me sometimes.
I got just enough energy to do my little 1.5 mile walk.
Yeah, she gets that mile and we get to eat, have that 1.5 mile walk, and then we're done.
In fact, the last time we went, you made fun of me because I was talking about what ticked me off.
Oh yeah, she told me. Oh no. Okay, first of all, the first thing I gotta say is what she told me before we even started, and she's like, "I'm just letting you know now, I don't have a lot of energy tonight, so you gotta take it easy on me, because I'm not going to go very fast. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that."
Yeah, I wasn't going to push it. I wasn't going to push it.
Yeah, I'm not going to push it. So I'm like, okay, no problem.
Right.
So then we get walking. It's not even 3 minutes after she says this. And she just started talking about something, and it was riling her up. And the more that she started talking about that, the faster she's going now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I go out there and literally go and do this walk that's like a 17-minute walk, which is what they call a brisk walk. 17 to 18 minutes is very brisk. It's more, it's like right before you go to jogging, because I don't have the knees to jog, and they told me not to jog because of my weight. I'll be freaking,
you'll need
I'll
knee
be a
replacements
wheelchair.
And shit. Yeah, if not
I don't
more.
want to go that route.
Yeah.
So I just do the walking. And the crazy thing about the whole deal is that we're walking, and I'm used to going to one pace, but normally with Kim, she started much later. Okay, I was doing this in the morning at work, like before I'd go into work. I'd go in early and I'd literally walk around the parking lot. Then I'd walk around down the block, and then I would walk farther and farther and farther until I got to the point I'm at. I didn't just start walking 5 miles and said, "Hey, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk 5 miles today."
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the game plan at all.
Right.
And so Kimmy's actually doing better than I was at my beginning, because she can go out and do a 1.25 walk, 1.5 walk without. And she's doing better with it than I was at the very beginning. And every time we go a little faster. But back to the story, I digressed there. But back to the story is that she starts getting wound up about work and rambling on about work, and then all of a sudden we're going faster and faster and faster. And it got to the point where I'm actually having to really work. I'm actually walking fast, and she's like, "And I'm telling you about this." And she's just, and she has no clue that she is flying down the road. And it's and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not saying a word, because it's because in my eyes, the faster we get done with the walk in the evening, the faster I get to go home, chill out, and that's the end of my day.
Right.
So it's that's the end of my exercise routine for the whole rest of the day. And I go
appreciate your support.
And I wind down and I go to bed. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, in my eyes, if I didn't have a job and I could afford to stay at home and not do a damn thing, I could probably walk for like 10, 15 miles and not even think about it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I get to mile 3, it's just like auto mode.
You're going off course again.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
But so Kenny starts going and does this thing, and it's like, woohoo, and yeah, my one thing that you are noticing now that wasn't as bad as before is that since I've lost weight, my ADD has kicked in way harder than it ever has in the past. It's a little harder to control because now I got more energy and my body's going. Before I was real slow and everything else, and now it's like, squirrel. But she's pounding the pavement, and like we got the first mile down in like no time flat, and I'm looking at the clock. I have my watch on, and I'm like, holy shit! We just got done with like a mile, and she just shaved like a minute off of her normal time. But this is a girl who's like, you gotta take it easy with me tonight because I don't have any energy.
Yeah.
Then she gets about another foot, and now she's wound back down, and she stopped, rambling. And it was like she just shifted down in the first gear. It's like, woo, let's go back to 2 mile an hour or 1 mile an hour, whatever because I'm slow, I'm tired tonight.
Right.
And it's like, so am I now. It's like I can pound the pavement.
Yeah, and then you brought up something else, and that fired me up again.
Yeah, and she took off again, and I'm like, geez. It's like, now I know what to do.
You're like, I gotta work at this shit now.
Like, damn, I gotta do some. Guy put the effort in now. Before it was just literally a walk in the park. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, okay, let's keep it going. All right, let's go. But the bad part was like you'd wind up and then you slow down, wind up and slow down. It reminded me of my brother's ex-wife and how she used to drive. She'd hit the gas and then she'd get up to like 60 mile an hour, and she'd let off and wait until she got down to 30. Then she'd hit the gas and go up again, and then she'd go down.
Yeah, I remember riding with her.
Oh my gosh, you'd get seasick in that damn car. You
get seasick in the car, yeah.
It was like, holy shit.
I think she still drives like that too.
I don't know. She ain't around anymore, so thank God. But yeah. But anyway, so I've been exercising. Kimmy's been with me exercising now. We're trying to get healthier. It's
hey, it's working.
Well, here's the thing I look at, and that is that, when COVID started, all this weird shit started happening where these people are like, fat shaming, and it's great. And then
it was don't body shame people.
Yeah, don't body shame people. If you want to be
300 pounds and wear a crop top, whatever, more power to you.
Yeah, and it's like everybody just ex-nayed on the old exercise side and started pounding Big Macs.
Yeah.
And didn't even go out to get them. They were having them delivered to the house.
People on Wall-E.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end.
Literally, and that's the way it was. And all these people are on YouTube going, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay."
Yeah.
And you know what? Half those people are dead now.
Right.
It's really true.
No, it's really true. Yeah.
I watched this video. And it's like there's like 6 people that were like pounding food, and guess what? He's dead. She's dead. He's dead. She's dead. It's
really sad.
And it's sad because it's like, oh, this is the way, because and that brings me to the. And we're going to get some happy times, but on this podcast, but it brings me to the point of what we're doing next. Okay. And another reason why I wanted to have this podcast tonight is because this is our second year anniversary.
Yeah.
And we've been growing in our own way. And so my thing is that what I want to look at is that, we've had some negatives in our life as of late, and we'll get into that in a minute. So in honor of said person, which we will talk about in a minute. I don't want to get into that yet. I think
his absence is definitely missed.
Yeah, I'm, it's like, we'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, I'm changing the channel up a little bit, and we're going to work on, I'm still going to do some of the car stuff. We do, like we go to car shows and stuff, because Kim and I are car people, and we both enjoy that.
Yes, definitely.
We're definitely car people now.
I mean, we work in the car business, so
yeah. And Kimmy used to go with me to some of these, and we weren't that, involved because, or she wasn't that involved. But now that we're both in it, now it seems like she's gotten the bug as much as I have now.
Oh yeah.
And so, which is good. It just brings our relationship, another level of our relationship together,
sure.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But the key is that I'm going to take the channel in a different direction, where we're going to have two parts of the channel. One's going to be about cars and, going checking them out, museums, whatever.
Yeah.
I also have a buddy, Sam. He's starting his own channel. I'm going to help him a little bit as well, and be on his little deal remotely and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, then I'm going to go with the exercise part,
mm-hmm.
because people this day and age,
they need a piece of positive.
They need somebody positive.
Yeah.
The reason why we started this whole deal before, was because we were tired of the negativity that was out there. There was
the haters.
2 years ago, in 22, it was so bad. Everything was just, everybody had an opinion about everything, and nothing was positive. Their
Lots
opinions
of keyboard
weren't positive.
warriors.
Yeah, and they were showing these non-positive things to a million different people.
Yeah.
And so we did the funny thing because we wanted to give people a break from all of that.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to think of, and that's why we never try to never bring politics into it, which is very difficult when you have a YouTube channel to stay on top, stay on point.
And people with strong opinions about things.
Yeah, and we kept kept opinions to ourselves and things like that. And the whole thing again was to give you guys something nice to deal with, that you didn't have to.
A break from reality.
Yeah, you could get a break from stuff.
Yeah.
You could we could giggle and laugh for an hour and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say any of our videos are going to be an hour long anymore, because they probably won't be. They'll actually be a lot shorter, and they'll be more concise and to a point.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a challenge for me. But
I'll keep him on track. Y'all know I will.
Yeah, but Kimmy's going to, and Kimmy will be in some in the camera, and some where she's in the background, being my kind of like my producer person.
Yeah.
Where she's looking up stuff and popping things up on the screen or whatever, for that. And the key is that we wanted to make sure that we were that we did that well.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're going in this other direction, the other direction is to give people positivity, give them ideas, give them things to think about during the day that will help them along. That's,
or even just to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes just having feeling like you have somebody, a friend, that's outside of the, that's out there, that where you don't feel like you have a friend.
Yeah.
I want to be your friend. I want to give you ideas on how you can do things better.
Definitely.
And give you ideas of things to think about, so you can push through the day better. That's why I do the morning shorts. Go look at my shorts I've been doing.
And he's not referring to his pants.
Yeah, not. And I'm wearing shorts tonight.
Yeah.
See, I'm growing up a little bit, I guess. But anyway.
Yeah, the YouTube shorts are give you an idea of his progression. It's been amazing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can watch those YouTube shorts and just be kind of shocked, because you'll see things that you didn't think you could. Like I literally went. I started doing the videos the second day I started walking around the building. I was literally starting from scratch. I was literally I literally decided one morning, I got on my truck and I said, you know what? I'm going to walk over to the dumpster and back. I know it sounds freaking nuts. Okay, but when you're almost 400 pounds, walking to a dumpster and back, which was like just an eighth of a mile one way, a quarter of a mile both ways was hard, you know? And then I would go, oh, well, I'm going to walk around the side of the building. And then I walk all the way around the building and go back in the door. Then I'd go walk around and go back to my truck.
Yeah.
You know, and then it went down the street. And I went and I sat there and encouraged myself to do it. You had the one
store turning the sprinklers on you.
Oh yeah, I mean I got
He's got stories.
I got stories that will be coming up in future videos by far. Between cops and you know, I consider myself a you know, a lot of people will sit there and walk on a treadmill. I don't think walking on a treadmill is worth the shit. Okay. Because you don't get to
we actually thought about that.
Yeah, we don't get it. You don't get the. I mean, I'm thinking about.
You don't get to enjoy.
I'm thinking about buying a treadmill for the days I can't. I
like when it's bad weather.
When it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like not like
hurricanes, torrential downpours, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna release a video tomorrow after my encouragement video, is showing what I did like 4 days ago. Okay. Where I literally was walking. I literally had an umbrella in one hand. I had my phone in the other, and I'm recording me walking, doing this walk because I was determined to get my 5 miles in.
Right.
And it was like God, for some reason, just decided that I wasn't allowed to do this, or Brother James or one of them were telling me to stop walking. I don't know, but I wasn't listening because I wanted to because I want to keep getting better.
Yeah.
And I want everybody else to feel the same way. I want them to say, you know what, that guy encouraged me.
Yeah.
You know, I have right now, we are almost at 700 subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay. I've gained 200 subscribers from just the positivity stuff that I have been doing.
Every morning.
Every
weekday morning, at least.
Literally, almost every day, we put something out there. That's for the positivity, you know, deal of things. 60-second video, that's all it is.
Yep.
But those 60-second videos and what I've been doing and how well I've done has encouraged multiple people to go out and walk.
Yeah.
I had a guy
start their own journeys.
Yeah, I have a guy that's in Punta Gorda that was very large like I was, and now he's doing 4 miles a day. You know, and and every day, you know, you want to be on that bandwagon, you can DM me when we get into this thing. We have a channel on the WhatsApp for business. You can be a part of it too and tell me what you did that day. We'll all talk together. I don't care.
Yep.
And he does it. We do that together every single day. It's like, here, look at this. Here's my times. Here's my stuff from, you know, where I shot it off of my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
You know, here's my 5 minutes and here's what I did.
Yeah.
You know, and this is where I went. You know, and he does the same thing. And then there's another guy that works with him that he's doing it. Now they just sent me another video yesterday where he's not only gotten his son to do it, which was a very large man as well, but he got the guy that's at Lincoln, the GM of the GSM, the head guy at Lincoln, to go with him now too.
Nice.
So it's like we're growing.
Growing a little walking club.
Yeah, we're growing this walking club. I've got and then on top of that, when I go down to Punta Gorda to our dealerships, the maintenance guy, one maintenance guy is extremely heavy, and we were supposed to go eat wings, and he refused to eat wings. He told me, I'm going for a walk at lunch. That's it. And I asked the other maintenance guy, I said, what's going on with that? He goes, man, you encourage this man to go out there and do this shit.
In the heat of the day.
And now he's doing like 3 miles in the heat of the day, which is crazy shit I wouldn't even do, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, you know?
I mean, we walked around yesterday just picking up stuff, shopping.
Yeah,
and
we were in the heat of the day.
Right.
And the rain had just landed. We thought it'd cool off everything.
Oh no, that was like walking into the sauna.
Yeah, it was. It was like having a sauna.
Yeah.
That had a sun for a heat lamp above you the whole entire time. Mm-hmm. I walked from the truck to the store, and I had sweat almost as much as I do in the first 3 miles of my walk.
Your walk, yeah.
Yeah, it's
it was
crazy.
Crazy hot.
Oh yeah, and so I was like, holy shit.
So if you're going to join him on this walking journey, the point is to either do it early in the morning, like pre-sunrise, or at sunset.
I wake up, and it's no joke, I wake up literally at 3:30 every single morning. And I do a video, and I do my walk. And I walk my 5 miles, and now I take a shower, and then I head to work. You know, and that's how I start my day every single day. And we won't get into details of it now, but it's a rough thing to do, but it's like brushing your teeth. You just get it done.
And you follow also a lot of inspirational people as well.
Yeah, I have. And what's really crazy is that's where my thing is that people are starting to see what I'm doing. And like I texted a couple of these guys and did their little DM thing here, contact me here. Mm-hmm. And I've got people helping me get better because I have a guy he's a freaking PhD, has a doctorate in medicine, like basically like nutrition. Mm-hmm. And he teaches at a huge college down in New York.
That's cool.
And he sends me stuff. He'll send me. I'll ask him questions. He sends me a video. Because if he doesn't have a video, then he goes and makes one, and then he sends me the data.
Yeah.
So the data I have makes sense. But what I do, anybody in the world can do. Mm-hmm. It doesn't cost you anything.
Nope.
You know, I call myself the urban explorer because it makes it so much more fun going to a park, going down a street and going down the back roads of the street, you know, as long as you know it's safe.
Right.
And like doing this urban exploring while you're walking, now you got something interesting. It's not just getting on the treadmill and going.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a treadmill or you do that, that's
wildlife
great.
Too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Between the bunnies and the owls and the hawks and the crows and the ducks and I could go on forever. But and it's awesome. It's like nature is. You start appreciating stuff just so much more.
Yeah.
But that's where we're going with it. We're either going to be at a car show, showing some cars, or doing a short on some cars, or we're going to be it's going to be motivation exercise helping you.
Yeah.
Get better.
Yeah.
Be better is what I should say. Not get better, but be better.
Be better.
Yeah. Or get better if that's what you need as well.
Get better if that's your wishes. Yeah.
Yep. But the reason why, and now we'll get into the reason why we're doing it. And, you know, it's like we are doing this show. And this is the first show. And it kind of chokes me up. So Kimmy might have to finish my words.
I get it because I'm with you.
And it's the first show that I don't have my brother on here.
Yep.
And the time that we've been away, my brother James was... he was my best friend.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Kimmy was next to Kimmy. He's, you know, he was my family.
Yeah, definitely.
And it hurts because
we lost him.
We lost him over the same shit that I'm telling people
battling
to do.
Against.
Yep, because you know both of us. You know. He had his own mental state. He was paying my ass, but I'd trade that. I'd trade anything to have that back. But But the long and short of it is that Brother James was lost his kidneys from diabetes.
Yeah.
Him and I were the closest of friends, and in fact, both of us were very large. And we owned a coffee shop and stuff, and we did things together on a daily, and we'd do stupid, but we were stupid about it, about our health, and we would joke about who had the higher sugar count, the A1C sugar count or whatever.
Yeah.
I won, this month. Oh, well, I'll get you on the next 3 months or whatever.
They didn't take it seriously.
We didn't take it seriously at all. And you know what that did? It ended up putting a toll on it. I'm the lucky one. And I honestly say that because it could have been me as well as him. We could have swapped places at any given time when it came to that. And he lost his kidneys, and he was on dialysis for over a year. And the dialysis, I really think, caused his arteries to have problems. And he's...
The need for dialysis.
Yeah, the need for our dialysis, because they have to literally, every night, you have to have this thing pumping through your veins to clean your blood. And he went through a lot during that time to start with, but he was a fighter, and he fought the whole damn time, and then they found a heart problem, and we didn't even know that we had we didn't even know that there was this issue. In fact, like literally 2 weeks before, we knew that he was having problems, but we just assumed it was with the kidneys.
Right.
And that, he was all excited because he finally got on the list to get a kidney.
Yeah.
And he was explaining stupid shit about it, and that we all went to the sponge docks here in Tarpon Springs down here.
Yeah.
And on the way home, he had an episode that put him in the hospital. And everything went downhill from there. And then we found out, then we went down there a week later. They were talking about having heart surgery on him, and found out that 2 of the 3 arteries that pump blood to one side of the heart were done.
Yeah.
And he was a fighter even at that point, even when everybody, we knew at that point there was no more.
Yeah.
And
he'd given all that he could.
Yeah, we said our goodbyes to him. I said my goodbyes that day.
Yeah.
And 2 or 3 days later, he was gone.
Yeah.
And so that's the fuel that gets me going every morning. And
he would jump on these podcasts every time we were on.
He'd always said something fucking stupid.
He'd always cuss you out and then say, "Hi, Kimmy."
He goes, "Don't do anything stupid, fucker." And
right.
Hi, Kitty.
Yeah.
But if I can help, if I
even one person.
if I sit and turn, I don't care if I have 1 million subscribers. I don't care about any of that. If I can help one person so they don't have to go through what he did.
Don't put your family through that.
Then I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it.
Yeah.
From this point on. That's why we're changing what we're doing.
That's why we've changed what we're doing.
Yeah, we've changed drastically. I mean, healthy wise, I can actually see. I almost can. I actually have a shape, not cylinder.
Yeah.
Or a bowling ball.
We can't use the "I am in shape, I'm round."
Yeah. And if there's any fat people out there encouraging things, you want encouragement? Well, I lost 10 inches around my waist and 3 in my pants. So.
Well, I don't know if you lost anything.
No, I gained. I lost 10 inches, but I gained 3 somewhere else. So.
Yeah.
But if there's not a fat dude out there right now that with like that encouragement, there's nothing.
Yeah.
But I just want to see people get healthier. I think it's time to stop worrying about fat shaming and worry about fat.
Just worry about
your
what
weight,
it's doing
worry about your health,
to yourself internally, and to your family that's watching you. Yeah,
it's like we all have kind of stepped on a new, leaf, basically, turned a new leaf or whatever, because, Kimmy's doing it. My daughter's even doing it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it. We got our guys in Punta Gorda doing it, and there's no negative to it.
No.
There really isn't.
You just do what you can. Don't go out and try to walk 5 miles on your first walk. You'll kill yourself. Please don't do that.
I've been laid out, like I said in one of my videos.
Like he said, he started walking, an eighth of a mile.
Yeah.
And that.
If that. It wasn't even that at the time. I almost, the first couple of times, I don't think I made it to the dumpster.
Yeah.
And then I walked up the stairs and friggin'. I feel like a damn dog.
Right.
Come up there. Like,
so, and I mean, we're definitely not bodybuilders or
no. And the key thing is
supermodels or whatever.
And the way that I've seen it is that when you get to the point, I will have videos that are going to explain a lot of basic shit and that anybody can do.
Yeah.
But you have to want to do it. And you got to do it.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
And the days that you feel like I absolutely can't do it, that's the day you really need to do it the most.
Exactly.
Because just like he was saying, the walk that we did, whatever day that was, Thursday or Friday, I came home and I'm literally like, I can't push it tonight. Like, if I know we're keeping track of my time. It's gonna suck tonight because I don't feel like doing this, and I'm doing it.
The thing is that it was like the weirdest game of bluff I've ever seen.
And it was like completely unintentional. And my point to all of that is it works out your frustrations. So like any little tiny thing that you're frustrated over. And trust me, it was very tiny. It had nothing to do with any kind of person. It was just something. And it frustrated me enough that I had a better time than I did the night before when I really pushed it and was intentionally trying to, so.
Well, the whole thing about it was like the bluff. Because here's the thing. She's sitting there in a chair. I had the longest day ever. Yeah. It was actually the day I went to Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
And I got home and I'd done a 5-mile walk.
Yeah.
Then I went there and walked for 5 miles around 7 different dealerships.
Yeah.
And then I got home and I was done.
Yeah.
And so I look at her and I'm just waiting for her to tell me, no, we're not going to do this tonight. And I go, so are we doing that walk or what? And she says, yes. And I'm like, fuck. It's like, damn it, man. But
the one night you could have backed out.
The day you could have backed out, I called your bluff and you just fucking ran with it. And then you told me, oh, well, I don't know. But it was, but the thing was, I was glad we did it when we were done because I tell you what, slept like a baby that night. I'll tell you, it's like, it's like if there was any more energy, that was it. It's like, fuck. But
so we dearly miss our friend.
Yeah, Brother James will be missed. In honor of him, we had to do a podcast and talk about it and talk about him.
Yeah.
That
was one of the last things he said to me was why we weren't doing this anymore, and I just said, life kind of got in the way, and I could tell he was disappointed by that answer. So.
Well, he was disappointed because at the time, every Saturday and Wednesday was like his. We were
interactive time.
We were his.
We were together.
Yeah, we were all together.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, and
so I get it. You know.
Yeah, but we had, but you know, but we're gonna do something. It's just gonna be different now.
Yeah.
You know, the goofy stuff was fun for a while, and we might still have a goofy video here and there. That's not going to change.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or maybe do a podcast. We can't
change our personalities, and we're not going to.
Exactly. Yeah. Or it might be that we have maybe a deal where we go out and, we'll just do a funny one just because.
Right.
Like a podcast to catch up with everybody. Maybe we'll
definitely
get some of these new viewers to come on. You know, like our buddy Sam with his car thing. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
We've encouraged him to do that.
Yep.
And maybe we'll get Sandy down in Punta Gorda. Maybe I jump him on here for a couple minutes. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that, so we can show that, you know, this isn't all for nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
That we do appreciate everybody that's out there. We appreciate every person that's part of our new crew. I almost call it what we were saying, it was the dirty shoe crew, because if you got clean white shoes, then you're not walking enough, because I tell you what.
Unless you're me, where you fucking shampoo them every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not every day, but close.
My good friend Santino, the one I encouraged out of Punta Gorda now, seen that I had this video where I wore the hole through the bottom of the insole of the shoes, and the bottom of the shoes had no tread on them anymore because I had walked like 500 miles in these stupid shoes.
Yeah. They were cheap shoes, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
not made for what you were doing.
Well, they weren't cheap, but they were cheap.
Right.
And so he sends me these $180 frickin' on cloud shoes, but I've never in my life owned a white pair of shoes in my life, and they were white, and I'm like, God bless the guy.
No kidding.
I said, but I'm wearing them fuckers.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and they're comfortable, but they are dirty.
Every time I go to look for them, he's got them on, so I can't clean them. So
yeah, I've tried cleaning them. They don't like to be clean, so I said, screw it.
Yeah.
Well, I also, when I sit, I have a bad...
Where you rest one foot on another?
Yeah, I have a habit of that, because I used to do that in the car when I drive the car. And I still do it when I sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we... for those that are older people, subscribers, we used to have a Suburban that died.
It didn't die. It was dying.
Yeah, well, we bought it, and we were so proud of that car, because that was going to be our podcast car.
Yeah.
And it was a nice one. It was newer.
Yeah.
But Chevy engines with this, like, they have this special thing where it'll shift from 4 cylinders to 8 to save money. And
you mean from 8 cylinders to 4?
Yeah, 8 cylinders to 4.
Yeah.
When you're on the highway, well, whatever mechanics that take that, they screwed up.
They probably need to go back to the drawing board on that
because the lifters for the guys that are techie collapse, which is what makes the air and gas come in and out of the engine, which is like the main part of the engine.
Yeah.
So literally, we went and traded it in and got a Toyota. And we have a new Toyota. We have a Toyota Tundra, which makes things more fun. It's enjoyable, and we can still podcast out of it if we wanted to. It's big. It's a big truck. It's the Super Cab or whatever.
The Crew Max?
Crew Max, that's it.
Yeah.
And but with that being said, so we're still here. We're definitely going to do the turkey run this year in honor of Brother James, because that was the last time him and I actually got to go to a car show.
Force Sheila to go.
Yeah.
I think she'll enjoy it.
Force his woman to go with us, just to drive her nuts.
Absolutely. Well, not drive her nuts. I think she'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So we'll we'll do that. But that's not until November.
Yeah.
But we have some other things in the works.
Which reminds me, I need to reserve us a room now because it'll be booked up in 2 months.
Yep. And so, with that being said, it's like, we also have other things, like we're going to go to the what's that place? Big Daddy's
Don Garlitz's.
Big Daddy Don Garlitz's museum.
Yeah.
Down in Ocala, we're going to go do something there.
Yep.
There's a couple other little racing style museums over in Daytona that we might go see. We might go visit
and
Daytona.
There was that
the
Navy
Daytona
Seal
Speedway again
museum
too.
that we were going to check out too.
Yeah.
I was really interested in that one.
So
I love all that military stuff.
So now we're going to start
and
doing
if you're in
things.
the military and you got stories, please come on here and share them because we love that stuff.
Yep. So with that being, so we have that.
I tried to convince him to go drive tanks in Orlando, but he's
he
not
wanted to
up
go
for
drive
that.
freaking tanks. She wants to drive tanks. I was like, I give up.
I mean, I'd wait till like January, February when it's cool.
Yeah. Let's go.
I wouldn't do it in the heat of the summer.
The temperature gauge outside's at 104 outside, and by the
tanks
smoker.
Don't have air conditioning.
And she wants me to go stick my ass in a tank. It's like you think it's sauna.
Do it for the
summer. It's sauna time now.
Just that I wanted to do it.
Yeah. So that's a whole nother ball of wax.
Well,
But But so we'll be going into the encouragement and health thing. And it'll be fun. I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, it'll be
boring.
fun because
we got things that we want to talk about and real things. It's like, and on top of that, I'm so tired of everybody going, here, go buy my app. Here, go buy my food. Oh, go buy this. Go buy that. You have to.
You have to only eat this. Only eat that. Only do this.
Yeah, there was a I have not restricted myself from anything. Okay. Yeah. I said if I was going to, because I'm a fat guy. Of course I've dieted before, and I've also failed before, massively failed before.
We both have.
And so if I just said I'm going to do this my way, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't,
whatever.
But the plain Jane guy, if you go by what I say, you won't have to spend any extra money.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably save yourself money in the long run.
Yep.
You'll be able to get healthier and not have to. There's no gym. There's no There's no issues with I'm just going to eat salad. Number one, I have. I'll tell you, in 8-9 months, 120 pounds. I have not ate a salad yet. Okay.
Well, unless you count the cucumber and.
Well, that's vegetables.
But that's not really a salad.
Yeah, that's vegetables. Yeah, I'm gonna have a video about that. I have this thing called the magic salad, which is cucumbers and tomatoes and some other stuff.
You add peppers and stuff to it. Yeah, it's really good.
And so you take that and you eat some of that with your meal every time, and you get all the nutrients you need. And that we'll talk about nutrients. We'll talk about how you do fasting and stuff like that to help you get, gain muscle and lose fat and all that kind of jazz. And you'll be.
And he's speaking from experience.
Yeah, this is everything I'm doing. It's because I know it works, and I know that if somebody like me that has a hard time losing weight can lose weight doing this, somebody that has an easy time losing weight would thrive over the same shit that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so so that's where we're heading.
Definitely.
And it'll be a fun ride, and I hope everybody here follows and comes through with it. Be part of the journey. I mean, I want you to be part of the journey, and I want to be part of yours.
Yeah.
I want to help.
Yeah.
I want to help you. That's the whole idea is I'm not asking you for anything but a subscription and to watch us.
Yeah.
At that point, is just
tune in
and do it.
Yeah.
So
hit the like button,
subscribe,
whatever.
share us with another friend.
Yeah.
Doesn't
share us
take
with somebody
much.
who needs the same kind of help.
Exactly.
Yeah, because trust me, losing your friends to something that could have been 100% preventable.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it was. It could have been preventable if I had somebody that was like me talking to them now.
Yeah.
Because would it have been preventable for him? I guarantee you, probably not. Because of the fact right now,
preventable
preventable in the past, no.
Yeah.
If he was here now and we were doing it, yes.
Right.
He was on his way to doing healthier and better things, but the problem is when you're broken,
into control,
that's the worst time.
Yeah.
You want to do it before you break.
Yeah.
Your
big,
body
gives you those
heavy
warning signs. If you're on blood pressure pills, things like that, those are all warning signs.
Yeah, exactly. My way of doing things has taken me from taking huge amounts of different types of insulin, not just one, but different types, to a very manageable couple pills, and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
And a couple pills and a shot, and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
And that is something that anybody that's diabetic can do. They can't. Don't tell me because you're diabetic you can't lose weight. Don't tell me because you're very large you can't lose weight. I was so pissed today. I watched a video, and this is no joke. I was so mad because somebody was picking on this girl, and this girl had to be close to 400 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And she took this video and she put a short out, like I did, and she talked about how she was happy. She did 3.5 minutes of walking, and that part of it was uphill.
Could you try again?
So I watch. So she's sitting there and she's like, "Oh, I did 3 minutes of walking, and some of it was uphill, and then which was so much better because 2 weeks ago I could barely do 1.5 minutes of walking."
Yeah.
And this guy is like, "Ha ha ha! Look at this," and I'm like, "You're watching.
Can't listen to those people.
You got It's like you can't listen to other people like that. That we'll talk about that more on the new channel with the new videos, but that type of stuff just it literally crushed me. I was like, I wanted to go find out who this is so I could send them a message, because somebody needed to send a message that was positive, because that's why you fail.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't pick yourself up after you fail.
Yeah.
It's because somebody else did that.
Yeah.
But it's just horrible.
Yeah.
But so to end this show, I want to tell a story. I figure we need to basically have a happy ending to this podcast, since we've been so meek and blur here towards the middle. Everybody's going, changes. Oh my God, we got to do this. We're doing that. It's all for the good. And I promise you, I'm not going to change. So I'll still be me through it all.
Definitely.
But now to honor my long lost brother, James.
Yes.
I got a story that it was one of the best, funniest times we ever had together, ever. And so he lives in Orlando, and I'm over here on the West Coast, over by Tampa, Sarasota. And so he would visit me all the time, and his phone broke. And at the time, this was like 2008, 2009. The malls were still thriving. Amazon was a bookstore.
Yeah.
It was like Barnes and Noble on the web.
Yeah.
It really didn't have a lot of anything.
Right.
Well, but all the stores, like the phone stores and all that, was in the mall like it used to be in the old days. And so that's a big ass thunder.
Talk faster.
Yeah, so we don't lose power.
Yeah.
So long and short, we had to go to the mall. So we jumped into his car. He had a little Scion box, airbags, all these big wheels, all that kind of crazy shit, custom car. And at the time, I was listening to Bubba Love Sponge on the show on the radio, and I had bought a couple of his shirts. One of them said "Shock the Puss," which was something that they did with on the air. And then the other one was he was on the Howard Stern show a couple times, and there was a guy that was the driver on Howard Stern's channel back when Howard Stern was cool. That would go on Bubba's show, and Ronnie, the limo driver, and they went to Scores, and they got drunk, and he's yelling out, "Let's fuck some whores! Let's fuck some whores!" So they put it on a shirt, okay,
right.
And it was what it was, It wasn't anything huge bad,
right?
So I forgot that I was wearing that shirt. And
when you jumped in the car.
When I jumped in the car and going to the mall.
Right.
So him and I parked the car like we normally do. And we start walking through this middle section of the mall. And we went to get his phone. They told us to come back in like 10 minutes. They have to program it and download his stuff.
Right. So
we went into a couple of stores. And one of them, there was a card store. And I think it was a card store / like one of those Christian stores. And so this old lady and this old man, I think, seen it, and they reported me.
Mm-hmm.
And so the 10 minutes is over. We went and got his phone, and we're on our way walking out through the middle of this mall, through this main thoroughfare. And this guy, 12 years old. I mean, he was like 4'9", 4'8", and he couldn't have weighed 100 pounds, soaking wet.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked like,
I remember this. James called him Barney Fife.
Yeah, and he had like one of those little outfits on, and he was a security guard for the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And he proceeded to come up to us and tell me that my shirt was unacceptable. Well, we were a lot younger back then, and I'm like, well, I didn't see a sign that said I couldn't wear the shirt. Now, when I looked down and I realized I had this shirt on, that said, "Let's fuck them whores."
You're like, yeah, it is probably unacceptable.
Yeah, I was.
Right?
I wasn't in agreement with him, but there was no way I was going to let.
He was going to see that agreement.
I was going to let a 12-year-old tell me what to do, and so.
And can I just point out, you guys were already headed to the exit.
Yeah, and we were walking towards the exit. I mean, I could see the exit from where we were at. It was like an eighth of a mile away from me.
Right.
Okay, so the guy's like, "This is unacceptable. You need to put tape. I'm going to go get you some tape." I'm like, "You're not putting tape on my shirt." And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Because I don't see there's not a sign, a poster, anything from the time I walked in this building till right now that tells me that I can't wear this shirt, even if it has profanity on it." It's Second Amendment, not First Amendment. First Amendment.
Second Amendment's guns.
Yeah. So he's like, "Well, hold on a second," and he pulls his wallet out, and he pulls out this little piece of paper, and he unfolds it, and he starts reading me the rules of the mall.
As you're headed towards the exit.
As I'm heading towards the exit, and he has stopped us. And he's saying, right here, number 5, no profanity on any clothing that somebody wears in the mall. And so I'm like, "Where's that posted anywhere?" And he didn't have an answer.
Right.
So I go, "James, let me see your receipt real quick." He goes, "Okay." And I looked at him. I said, "Can I borrow that pen?" He hands me his pen. So I take his receipt and say, "Sam can wear whatever the fuck he wants." And I said, "Well, here's my rules, and they trump your rules."
Oh,
and
shit.
James looks at me and he's like, "Oh fuck, here we go."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He would bring the inner devil out of me.
Demon out of you? Yeah.
So now the guy's like, well,
now he's fuming.
Now he just lit up like a firecracker. Like literally, his whole face
Barney
turns
Fife
red.
is pissed, right?
Little guy, and he's like, "That's it. You get out of this mall. I'm kicking you out." I'm like, and we looked at each other like, "Okay,"
we were leaving.
And we start walking.
Yeah.
So we get about 10, 20 feet. Now we're only like 50 feet from the end of the doors.
The doors, yeah.
And he grabs a hold of James.
Oh, God.
And James didn't like that too much.
No, of course not.
He goes, "Let me go." He's like, "No, you're going with me." And James is like, "Why?" Because why? You know? And the guy's like, because this, you're being subordinate. And we're like, "No. You told us to leave. There's the door.
Yep.
Now I am getting my ass out the door."
Yep.
And then he's like, "You stand right here. I'm going to be back with reinforcements."
Oh, gosh.
So we're like,
here it comes.
Huh. I said, "How about if we just leave now and then you can go back on your way?"
Yeah.
"Yeah, you should do that." That's what he says to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn around again.
You got it, buddy.
Now we walk out the door just a little bit faster. Like,
for sure.
I don't know if this guy's, bipolar.
What's going on?
Sure. Can't figure out where he's at.
Yeah,
he's got some Biden in him. I don't know. So anyway, we
get
leave.
to the car.
So we get to the car. Now the main thoroughfare where the car was and where we needed to leave was where the main entrance was, and there was because that's where the movie theater was. That's where all the big shops is, all in this middle area.
Yeah.
And so it was very, 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 very busy intersection.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 lanes coming in, 2 lanes going out, 2 lanes on the side. It was a whole mismatch.
Whole big cluster thing. Yeah.
So we get in the car. We're like in the car, like, "Do you believe that fucking guy? Because I've never seen shit like that."
Right? Yeah.
And James was like, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't have riled his ass up or something." I'm like, "Fuck him,
Right.
We're out now, right?" He goes, "Yeah, fuck him."
Sure.
So he turns the stereo up, and we decided that we were going to do our normal rattle the windows on the way out.
Yeah.
So we start pulling
like everyone else did.
Like everybody else did back in the
Yeah.
day. So we pull out, and we're coming in, and we're right at that intersection, dead center in the middle. And you had thought that we had been 2 terrorists that they needed to take out with a SWAT team. Every little geeky guy that worked there had surrounded us in escorts. Like little Ford Escorts, those little big shitbox cars with the lights on the top of them. And they all surrounded us. And Barney Fife at the helm is screaming through a microphone, "You stop now. You stop this minute. Don't go anywhere. Turn your car off." James looks at me and goes, and we looked at each other and we smiled, and he hits this button. Boom! Drops all the air out of the air shocks, out of the airbags, and drops the thing on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Dead center in the middle of this whole intersection. Nobody can go in.
Nobody can come.
Nobody can go out.
Nobody can
now
leave.
cars are piling up. It's a very busy intersection, and this guy's coming up. "What are you doing?" And James is like, "What the fuck do you think I'm doing? I'm fucking leaving, you prick." It's like, he goes, "You pissed off Sam, but now you're starting to get on my fucking nerves, you chicken fucker." And I'm like, and I'm just laughing, right? Like now, because when you get Brother James pissed, he goes into hardcore
asshole mode.
Asshole, I don't give a fuck mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome.
So this guy's like, that's it. I'm calling my superior and the police. Okay, do what you want.
Yeah,
We'll be right here. And we both looked at each other, crossed our arms. I'm like,
Yep.
And just sat there and stared out like two kids that just got in trouble for like eating the last cookie.
Right.
So we're sitting there and didn't say a word. So the guy's like, "That's it," and he calls this guy in, and a kid that now looks like he's 22. That's about 5'9". Now he's the sergeant, and he looks over at this. So he comes up and he goes, "What seems to be the problem?" James looks at me. I look at him. Goes, "Do you want to tell him?" I'm like, "Okay." So, well, Barney Fife stopped us in the mall, told me I had a bad shirt on, argued with me even though there was no signs, and then told me to leave. So I went to leave. Then he stopped me again, told me to stay. Then 5 seconds later, he told me to leave. So we got in the car, and now we are leaving. But now he stopped us again with 17 cars around us, telling us to stay. So he said, "Don't move anywhere and shut your car off." So that's what we did. And he's like, and he's looking at all the car, like there's just a mass.
Yeah,
like
you would have thought they robbed
out,
a bank the way it was.
No, it was like there was like 50 cars like trying to go out and in of this place,
and nobody can
honking
go anywhere.
and pissed off. And we're just dead center in the middle, sitting here arguing with Barney Fife.
Yeah.
So he goes, "That's it?" I said, "Yep." And he goes, "Why did he stop you?" And we're like, "I don't know." He's like, "Hold on," and Barney Fife comes running up. "You wouldn't believe these guys. They told me that," and he goes, and he's like barking, right? And the guy literally says, "Stand down, Lieutenant." And we look at each other and just explode in laughter. "Yeah, stand down, Lieutenant. You know when you know to talk, and right now is not the time for you to talk." That's what James says. And the guy goes, "Well, you have two options. You either leave right now, or I'm calling the cops." And James is like, "Well, we would already be gone
if you didn't stop us.
If you didn't stop us."
Right? And
he's like, and he puts his head down, looks at the guy, goes, "Get back in your car. Get the other guys out of here. Just get out." And he looks at us and he's like, "I don't want to talk anymore. Just go.
Just go.
Just go."
Yeah.
And that was the story about the stupid shirt and the damn cell phone.
Yeah.
And Barney Fife. So,
and blocking traffic.
In a
very busy
for 20
mall.
minutes in front of the most busiest section of the mall.
You're welcome.
If I could, the grand disruptor back in my old days.
Yeah.
So, almost 20 years ago, we're disrupting traffic.
Stereo and all.
So
yeah.
So that was the story. I thought I'd leave it on a good news. Rest in peace, my brother James. We miss you.
Missed.
We miss you on the chat.
A lot of people.
I wish we had him right now. But we love you, and that's it. And everybody out there, please just
try to do a little something.
If you do anything, do a little something tonight.
Yeah.
I call it the 2 walks. It's that simple. It's really simple. You go for a walk. Doesn't matter how long, how short.
Yeah. And
you do it again tomorrow. And then the second walk is a walk away from Burger King, McDonald's, and all the shit that will fuck you up.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that you'll be better and healthier, and you'll see changes drastically in a short time.
Yeah.
And that's my words for the night.
Yeah.
Is that words for the day?
We're to the point now that we tried to eat stuff like that one time recently, and it didn't even have the same attraction.
Well, that's what
it had.
That's what you're gonna know. As soon as you get away from it, you're gonna realize how bad it really was.
But you gotta commit to the walk away from that.
But you gotta walk.
Yeah.
Walk away from everything.
And if you're used to eating that kind of stuff 4 or 5 times a week, cut it back to 3.
Yep.
And then you'll notice, oh my God, it's a little change.
Take it down.
Cut it back to 2.
It down.
Yep. And if it takes you a year to get there, well, at least you started.
If you start and you don't stop,
it's better than saying I'm going to do something
you're not
and never
finishing.
do it.
It's just a work in progress. We'll go into that deeper later. If you want to know any more of those, go look at the shorts. There's a lot of shorts out there that, from the first ones on through now, that have a lot of insight.
Yeah.
And a lot of help.
Definitely.
And again, all I want to do is help. So please like and subscribe. Thank you if you watched. Thank you if you listen later. We didn't have a lot because we didn't advertise it, because this was just for us.
Yep.
And for you guys that my hardcore fans, I call them. And I hope that you guys have a great Father's Day and a great night. And thank you for being here for our 2nd anniversary. And thank you, James, for watching over us up there.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Until next time, we're out.
See ya.
Toodle.